What up, y'all? I am your girl Candy, and to my left, we got Bondy Blue in the building.
Hi, everybody. How are you?
Corey, he is our bartender for this evening. We did a little something different. As always, behind the camera, we got Jamie, our unofficial co-host. And we are all about to speak on it.
I had to do it, so I'm sorry.
Oh, wait, go ahead. I didn't know you
Speak on it. Okay.
Oh,
Let's do it. All right.
Well, speak on it. Zoran, what you got going on back there?
Well, I have you a mocktail because I know you don't drink. It's called the Pretty Kitty because who doesn't want a pretty kitty?
Ooh.
And I'm going to bring it over to you.
Well, what is in this mocktail, man?
Girl, it's just juice. You know?
Oh. But
It's
what's
cute,
around
though.
the top, though?
Oh, that is lemon it
Ooh. It
so
looks
it's a sipper.
good.
It's real cute. You got to lick on it.
Okay.
Lick it, then sip it.
Lick and
The
sip.
Pretty Kitty.
Okay.
First of all, I love your accent.
Thank you.
Yeah, you're talking about those New Orleans girls that we all say our friends that are from Louisiana, or the Louisiana girls. Yeah, it's like Toya, Mayetta, Lena. It's like Louisiana girls.
Every time people find me for the first time, they're like, she sound like Toya. I'm like, we sound like each other. Okay? We come from the same place. All right. No, I'm so happy to be here. I'm a huge fan of yours, like since back in the day. So
Thank you.
I'm very, very happy that you called upon me to sit in a chair and speak on me.
Well, I appreciate you coming through. I've seen you've been making noise not only on your podcast, but you were also on
Tasha K's.
Yes. Now, how did that come about?
Tasha actually just hit me up. I had just come back from the DR on vacation for my birthday with my husband, and she called me one night, and I was like, who calling me? And she got on the phone, I was like, hey, Tasha, what's up? Because I didn't know what it was going to be.
Right.
And she was like, hey, girl, can you come and host my show for me? And I was like, yeah, what kind of question is that? Of course. And so I hosted her show for one weekend, and she called me back to do it again the following week, and it was just amazing. And since then, it's been real popping around my way. This is adding to that. So thank you for adding to it.
Okay, well, thank you for coming through. All right. Well, let me say this. Tomorrow, I leave for New York to go to do the reunion. All right, so everybody got their stuff. Ain't nobody forgot nothing. So wish me luck. Wish me luck.
Good luck. Godspeed. I pray patience for you.
You know it's going to be crazy. I never like reunions. It's always typically stressful. For some reason this year, though, I don't feel as stressed, though. Like, some previous years. But yeah, it's normally like a stressful situation because you already know you going in there to go back and forth with people about stuff that's played out over the season. Right. And then, like, trying to remember everything that they did throughout the season that was foul. You know what I mean?
You gotta make a list. I'm not about to show up here empty-handed because y'all gonna act like it didn't happen when I get here. Okay? Because people already lying.
They lie.
That's how y'all know.
It's a lot of lying that goes on our show.
We gonna get into it because I don't know who you think you talking to, Drew. But T-Boz, girl. Come on.
Oh, Lord. I was tripping when I saw that. So you can only imagine, like, when you have, like, being part of the show, right? We have these discussions and we have our words in person. But then we have to watch back the show to see the things that were said when we weren't around. So, like, me watching it today, like, I knew Sheree said to me at some point that Drew had told her that I made this up for publicity. But it don't hit the same like it hit when you see it coming out of her mouth.
She want me to do this movie, so I think she's trying to warm me up to the idea of maybe.
Kissing the girl.
Right. We were all in the dungeon. You know that. Like, you just gonna lie on everybody?
Oh, no, it
That
don't.
she said I was a liar and that I made it up.
But Candy said she saw it.
If she said that, then Candy's lying.
I don't know why Kandi is lying.
It wasn't even just that she called you a liar. When she was sitting there talking to Sheree, she did something that really pissed me off. She slid down in her seat and she was like, and you know, because you remember we were in the dungeon.
We were all in the dungeon. You know that. With bedroom candies.
Yeah. And I was just like, so what you trying to say, Drew? You trying to say it's another dungeon situation with somebody trying to like coerce you into kitty clicking? Ain't nobody coerce you into kitty clicking. We know you like the kitty click. We can tell.
Oh,
okay? Or at least
my
those of us
God.
that know can tell. I'm sorry, but I can tell.
We all know Drew's a liar. So are we shocked that she was telling another lie? No.
I don't want to get too far ahead of ourselves.
Yeah, because I have to ask you a question about that.
Which part about this
Just
episode
about Drew in
or just
general.
about
After
in
this
general?
episode, do y'all regret giving her that movie job?
Oh, that's interesting.
I mean, because she basically said that the reason why you're lying on her is so you can get her warmed up for this role that she's playing.
She wanted me to do this movie, so I think she's trying to warm me up.
Yeah, I didn't like the fact that it made it seem like I was setting her up or something,
Yeah.
which I thought that was real foul and whack. Overall, I think she did a great job in the movie. Y'all ain't seen it yet, obviously, and I can't talk too much about it because we're on strike right now. But I just was like, I mean, she did a good job, so I can't say that I regret her
Would you
doing
ask
it.
her to do another movie that y'all working on again after this?
I
Candy,
mean-
you too nice, Candy. You too nice, Candy.
Well, because here's the thing, like after, it's so weird because it's like after this whole back and forth happened, obviously she and I were able to come and get on the same page and we did this whole movie. Everything turned out great and all of that. It's kind of crazy now that I'm seeing what she was saying because it's like after she actually said this, we got in a really great place. So it's kind of weird. Like, it's like, am I supposed to be feeling a way about what you said before? Or am I supposed to stay in the place where we're supposed to be at now?
No, I think you
You
should.
get what I'm saying?
Yeah, I get what you're saying. And I feel like you should take all information into account. At the end of the day, you took that job and you was real cool and nice and everything because Candy brings opportunities to people. That's what she does. So you're going to play it cute to your face. She's going to play it cute to your face. But at the end of the day, I don't like that. Because to me, it reminded me too much of the Portia Phaedra situation. And I don't like when people play like that. Like, come on now. Did you really have to go that far? We were in the dungeon.
Yeah,
Like,
well,
come
I
on.
personally felt like it was just too far because, like, when it goes to the point where, okay, if you trying to save face for yourself, I kept saying, okay, we're gonna have to agree to disagree. That's why, because I don't want to like keep dragging you on it, and if we don't want to keep arguing about this, especially in front of this world right here, then okay, we just gonna have to agree to disagree. But for her to come back to them to be like, I made it up to promote a movie. So let's be clear about one thing, y'all. Ain't nobody lie. Ain't nobody made nothing up. We can go back. Please post the clips from just short clips and speak on it. When LaToya actually sat on Speak On It and said that they kissed. This was on season 13 Speak On It. Okay, that was before the movie was ever came up with. So I wouldn't have made that up. That was before we even did the movie. So she said that on this show then, right? LaToya, out her own mouth. Yes. You saw they showed the clip of her saying it on the reunion. Even Kenya said it on Speak On It during season 13.
She did.
So to be clear, ain't nobody made up nothing to promote a movie because they were saying those things before the movie was even conceived.
I think she was saying it wasn't about promotion, but to get her in the mindset for the character. Which is,
No, she actually said that
she did.
she said that I made it up to promote my movie. She said that.
But
She was saying that.
not Drew.
So did you make up Ty?
Did you make up time? Cause Mimi.
No, I did not.
Listen, the way Mimi said, she ain't say, but she gave insinuation, and it was
Definitely.
she gave insinuation that it looked like something happened between Drew and Ty, which I don't blame Drew.
Well, on
Ty's cute.
okay, well, on the after show, Drew says that Ralph made it up.
Wait, Ralph made what up?
Her linking up with Ty. Yeah. So we'll have to see when they post it. But that's what she said.
So you gonna make me defend Ralph? Yeah, you gotta go. I can't even
No,
like you. You gonna make me defend Ralph?
Look, I ain't got nothing to do with that. I'm just telling you because you said like that who made up the Ty situation. She ain't say I made it up. She said he made it up.
So everybody making shit up about her, basically.
That's basically what she's saying.
Child, Drew been acting this whole time.
I think that the girls need to start remembering what they say on camera, in interviews, or whatever, when they coming at me with some bullshit. Because we are the queens, meaning myself, meaning Jamie, behind of facts and receipts. If you are going to say something like that, tell people that I'm lying on you, you need to remember that there are actual recordings of these people saying these things a couple of years ago, prior to this movie existing. It's online already. I'm not making it up. It's been online. People have to go and research and find. Well, you really ain't got to research and find because we gonna drop that clip. Poop. At the reunion, we touch on there was a kiss that happened between you and Drew.
Yeah, that she denied.
She straight denied it.
We had a moment, okay, at the private bachelorette party that we thought wasn't being filmed at all, but I guess people are speaking on it.
Right.
You know, the kiss. You saw the kiss.
I did.
Okay.
I did.
And she's completely denying that she kissed me. It's like, why can't you kiss a girl? What's the problem with that?
I don't know. I was thinking maybe she just doesn't remember the kiss.
How not?
Because I was thinking, well, maybe she had too much to drink or something like that.
We all did. Yeah. But I remember that kiss, Drew.
This is another thing that I want to clear up before we even get started good.
Okay.
It annoys me because, it's some fans out here who are determined that they don't want to like me for whatever reason.
Yes,
right?
I know some of those people, yes.
And that's fine. That's their opinion, whatever. Those of you who out there talking about why is Kandi bringing this up? I did not bring it up. Let's start there. And to be clear, all of the footage on that camera, on the screen that looks different from the rest, that is from Marlo's cell phone. We were having a group discussion, because at night when we're all by ourselves, everybody want to dance. They talk about sex, whatever. Fun girl talk, whatever. They brought up the whole topic again about who's ever had a girl-on-girl encounter, right? And so everybody was laughing. I said, oh, God. I said, I know I'm the only one that's going to admit it. And then I think Mayetta was like, yeah, Kandi, we the only ones that would admit something like that.
I remember that.
And then Sonya says to Drew, oh, Drew, I'm surprised that you said no because I thought you had already admitted to kissing a girl or something, whatever.
Yes.
And I said, yeah, because you kissed Toya.
Mm-hmm.
And then it went from there.
Okay, got you.
You get what I'm saying?
Yes, I do. And I was never confused about that. Sonya's messy to me. But to me, I feel like with the whole situation, it's like Sonya's always like trying to stir the pot. And then,
so?
Yes, I think she stirs the pot and then does this. Like, I didn't have anything to do with it. I also think that she really has it out for Drew a little bit. So, yeah, like it was the moment to be like, well, Drew, weren't you like lying? Like, she's the one that actually brought it up.
She brought it up on the bus.
Yes.
She's the one that brought it up, and that's when Courtney was like, I'm from down the street in Charleston. So Sonya brought it up twice. So clearly she was appointed.
We all knew that they were going to record a little bit, and so like the girls was dancing, having fun.
But by the time y'all got to that argument.
Yeah, it was a certain point of the conversation they had said, oh, okay, we're going to turn the camera, like turn their phones off or whatever. So I'm not staring. I'm not looking at the reason how I knew that it had been recorded is because after we finished arguing and I walked out the room, LaToya called me like, yo, what's going on? Why is my name coming up? Yeah, she literally had to have sent it while she was sitting there with us. That was what's so crazy. By the time I walked to Kenya's room, because I walked straight from that room to King because I was heated.
Latoya's already.
Latoya was calling, reaching out, texting me. She texted me.
Yeah, to see why her name was being brought up. So
Yeah.
to the point, no, Marlo, you were sneaking, because even if everybody thought you were recording, your ass sneakingly sent the recording to somebody that ain't nobody even really checking for. No disrespect, Latoya, but we're nobody looking for you right now. Like,
That's a girl. I love Toya, but yeah, I definitely feel like it caught me off guard because of course, like Toya ain't even here, so why would you send it to her? But her point at the time, I don't know if her else is gonna change, but Marlo said something like she wanted Toya to know what Drew really thought of. Because now at this point, it's a bigger discussion.
which is what Marlo is there to do. If Marlo is not there to argue with you about nonsense or what you have not done for her, she's there to to antagonize whoever else is around, which to me is usually Drew or Kenya. She's going to antagonize Drew, you, or Kenya. That's the only people she's going to say anything to. I was actually surprised that she was calling like Sheree out about how Sheree was acting at the end of what that was, episode 11, I think, where Sheree was acting bad with Drew, and I feel like Drew was acting. Drew, gets up and she's crying, and you were like, and scene. I literally told Jamie, I was like, I felt like she was acting the whole time. Girl, what the hell is you crying for? What are you crying for? Ain't nothing even happened for you to cry. And then she like, I just have stuff going on with me and Ralph. Yeah, but you don't ever show us any of the stuff that's going on with you and Ralph. You be passive aggressive about it, and now you want to make an actual storyline out of Kendi's lying about me kissing girls. T-Boz, we know you like girls. Do something else.
Tell do my girl, not the real T-Boz.
No, not the real T-Boz.
You talking about the actor.
I'm gonna leave y'all alone. But I think most of y'all be gay. But I'm gonna leave y'all alone.
You said you think most of us be gay.
Well, I think it's
Why
a
would you say
spectrum.
that?
Well, they said scientifically there's no such thing as a straight woman.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Why
I
they say
mean,
that?
online on Google, girl, on the Google. Nah, there's actually a study about it. But what I think women are a little bit more sexually fluid, but I think most people are socialized to not like women. Women are beautiful. Why wouldn't you like women? To me, I have questions about, how much y'all be, acting like crackheads over men sometimes. But I think, I think women are great. They smell good. Most of the time, they're going to wipe their ass. You know what I'm saying?
True,
true. I don't get why everybody's so, I can't like girls, even in 2023.
I think some people have, especially when people have religious parents, that could have something to do with it. Or
You think that's what Drew's thing is? Because her mom is a pastor, she can't be honest and say she liked the kitty click?
I used to think maybe that could have been it. But, I mean, she's never admitted to liking the kitty club, okay? She's never admitted to that. All I was saying was that a kiss did happen. Now, I wasn't trying to, convert her, out her in any way. You know what I'm saying? I was just saying that there was a kiss that happened. I ain't try to push her all the way to the other side.
No, but as
now,
soon as
just
you
to be
call somebody
clear.
out, they gonna act like you trying to force something. Y'all just want us. No, we don't. We want y'all to stop acting like y'all don't really like women and doing little slick stuff like watching girl on girl porn, and then also like making out with other girls at bachelorette parties. Like you can't like
that bachelorette party.
like I'm just saying, you was like out here like, with Latoya, and we know it, and you gonna get up here. Kenzie lied. It was all lies. Like, girl, cut it out. I don't like that, because as I said, I feel like it's too close to things that have happened in the past that were completely out of pocket to me.
Yeah.
And I don't like that shit. Like, and then anybody trying to force nothing on you, girl, like, well, what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna force my coochie on your forehead? What I'm gonna do?
Yeah, I'm with you on that. I don't like when people like make it like, don't make me seem like I'm trying to force you to do anything you don't want to. I ain't forcing nobody to do nothing, to be clear. Okay.
Just not a liar about it.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie about nothing.
For what?
It wasn't even that big of a deal to me, so I didn't even understand, like, what are you talking about? But the reason why the conversation got so heated is when people, how you be going back and forth with somebody, and they start saying, I put it on my kids.
Because you really trying to say I'm a liar when you put it on your kids.
Yeah, I was like, oh, no, don't even go do it. I was like, oh, I was hot.
Yeah, see, I don't know how you deal with that, because I couldn't really rock with somebody after. Like, we could, but outside of that, I can't be cool with you after you like straight up lied on me like that. Which I mean, I feel like
you already know how I am. It take me a long time to get over anything.
Yeah, but it also take a lot for you to actually be like F people. Cause I feel like I don't know why you still friends with Sheree. Like I don't understand that at all, girl. That girl.
This year, Sheree and I've had a real tough year, haven't we? I think before this season, I used to always kind of be like, let shit slide because I liked Sheree. I honestly thought she was cool. And, I just be wondering, like, do people just be, wanting to go in or do extra for TV? So I wasn't really understanding where things came from. But after last season, with all the, like, undercover shade that was being thrown, and then she always want to act like she don't remember nothing. So that's why I was like, okay, well, we can be cool, but just be able to take it the same way you dish it.
And she can't.
And she ain't liking that.
She can't.
She's not liking the shade that I'm throwing this year at all. But it's like, you can't, for me, you don't determine how somebody reacts. Right? So you said these little undercover bullshit about me. And
the locker room comment.
Yeah, like all that little stuff. And then when my shade come back, now you acting like I'm the worst person in the world.
Kandi, you talked about she by Sheree. You talked about my business on tele. I never talked about Sheree. Girl, you ain't never had no business for us to talk about. Did you really think that we was not gonna talk about the stuff not being ready? Did you like
now it's funny that you said that, because I was just saying this, maybe I said this to Jamie or whatever, but I kind of feel like it was some hypocritic things that has happened this year, right? Like, to me, Marlo coming on this season saying stuff like, I don't nobody hold me accountable, right? Saying I don't, when she was saying I need to talk about what happened at Blaze or whatever, my restaurant, right? Not until me and Sheree had that back and forth at the park. Not one person when the season started talked about She by Sheree stuff not being up on the website. No. And that happened right after. Like, we started filming, a couple months after? And that was, like, the biggest thing on our show for years. So nobody is going to challenge her on that, hold her accountable for that. Nobody said nothing about it. But for some reason, I was held to the fire about what happened at Blaze, as if, like, I never want to talk about something. And I just thought that was, like, crazy.
I also feel like it's bullshit, because you know why I don't want to talk about that. Like, what do you mean? I don't want to talk about my family getting shot at my restaurant because people are going to think that they shouldn't come to my restaurant. And I want people to come to my restaurant. What's wrong with you? No, I'm not going to talk about this on camera all the time. We've already discussed it. And also, I feel like if you want to know what's going on at OLG, y'all shouldn't have canceled Kandi, like the
Kandi in the Game.
Kandi in the Game. Y'all shouldn't have canceled that. And so we got to be business minded. You want to know what's going on with the babies and all of that on the show? Guess what? Bring the show back. But we're not going to be on Real Housewives of Atlanta and Marlo because nobody's holding Kandi accountable. Girl, stop. Stop.
Right. Well, they should have brought Kandi in the Game back. But we still working on that. We still saying some things about Kandi in the Game. But yeah, so I was just like, overall for me, I came into this season kind of just feeling like, yeah, I ain't gonna really necessarily take it light on nobody. I'm gonna just say what I got to say. And ain't none of y'all really been a friend to me, so I ain't really gotta
check me, boo.
Yeah, so like I don't really need to hold back on y'all because you definitely don't hold back on me.
They don't. They go in on you.
Yes.
It's almost like easy target. Like, oh, we know everybody likes Kandi, so we're just going to mess with Kandi. And also because you the big shot. They got to come for you because you the big shot on the show. You in Kenya. Y'all have to be toppled in some way. Y'all have to be humbled.
Yeah, last week they said we was the villains. Last week they said, everybody gets along.
Yeah, I was like, girl, what? And let's not forget, Sonya was a whole bitch before Marlo decided to add her to the alliance. Okay? Yeah, I remember last season when they had the little, cooking and all of that, the Jamaican cooking and all of that happened.
Right.
And Marlo came in there and straight up called Sonya a bitch like it wasn't nothing. And Sonya just let that shit roll off her shoulder. And next thing you know, they're in an alliance. They're friends. They're buddies. Like, I'm going to just tell you, I'm going to keep it a buck.
They besties. They talk all the time now.
Sonya's weak. I'm going to just keep it a buck. Like, Sonya's going to do what's easy for her. It's harder for her to fit in with you and Kenya. You and Kenya are more solidified, stronger personalities. And I believe y'all are probably harder to trust people when they come on to the show, which you should
but
be.
let me remind you, me and Sonya went on a whole vacation together between seasons. So
I was screaming at you through the screen. I don't know if you saw that. I was
Why?
like, because I could tell last season she wasn't your friend. I was like, don't go on no vacation with her. Like, she's not your friend. Cause I feel like Candy's so nice to everybody, bruh. And she really played the other side while trying to act like she was still cool with y'all. She did that whole last season. And then on some, you was like, me and Sonya going on vacation. I was like, she don't even take that bitch on no vacation. Why she play with her next season?
Honestly, I wouldn't have thought that she would have been acting this way after we actually like hung out and really got to know each other on that vacation. Like, I didn't come into this season thinking that she was gonna be like really being the way she has been. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Laughing when they talking shit about me. Like, I wouldn't have thought all of that. Like, I already knew that she liked to, play the middle, which was okay. I got that. But to like really be on the other side, being the undercover enemy. Like, she the ops?
She was the ops.
Like, wait a minute. I was not expecting that. Like, I'm not going to lie to you. I wasn't expecting it. Even after we went on a vacation, we still communicated time and time. We still, linked up and did a couple things together. As far as, my husband and her husband was cool. So, like, I didn't come into this season thinking that she and I was going to have any issues whatsoever. Like, none. Like, realistically, think about it. What has her back and forth with me has been her trying to go at me about Marlo.
Exactly. And that's enough. Why are you doing that?
Yeah, like, why are you doing that?
But
Me and you shouldn't be having arguments about another bitch.
She did the same thing to Kenya, though.
Don't jump in there at my expense.
Don't.
That's
how she
I
made me mad. I was so when y'all were at the table and she turns around, she said, "No, but you're mad at something Marlo isn't." Girl, you're not fitting to tell me what to be mad about. Like, just sit there and eat your food. And she don't know how to sit there and eat her food. But I'm gonna tell y'all, I hear you, Jamie, but I don't think she really tried. I don't. I think she recognized that it would be easier for her to flourish amongst Sheree's bland ass personality and Marlo's.
She's the leader. That's what
she is. She couldn't be that with you and Kenya. She would have to be. Honestly, she would have to have been like a little flunky on some slick shit. Like, she gets to be that amongst them. She couldn't be the cool girl with the two of y'all because y'all are the girls. Like, Candy, you and Kenya are the girls. Stop it.
I mean, you talking. No, let me just say this. You are talking to someone who, outside of this show, I'm in a big circle of cool girls.
Yes.
Where everybody is popping in their own right. So I personally don't feel like you have to have a person in the group that's necessarily a flunky to... Right, like, why she can't be a cool girl amongst other cool girls?
I get what you're saying,
all I'm saying is, I'm not trying to, like, put everybody on a different level. My point is, we should always be able to rock with each other if that's what it is.
Yes.
I shouldn't be arguing with her about another bitch, like, because I ain't never did nothing to her.
Exactly.
Well, sounds good.
She and I shouldn't even have no beef.
Thank you, Jamie. It sounds
so I don't even understand the energy that was coming behind my back.
I know she's trying to be nice, but we're gonna keep it a buck. Sanya's a pick me. And Sonya needed to be picked. And Marlo and Sheree need an alliance because they don't have shit else going on. So they picked her to be a part of their alliance to go against you and Kenya, because what else are they going to do? And this is a television show. And even though you are more real than most people on reality TV shows, Sonya is somebody that knows she has to do certain things on a reality TV show in order to be seen. And the same thing for Sheree and Marlo. Like, they don't really have anything going on. So they have to make confrontation. They have to argue about stupid shit. Because what else are they going to tell us about? Are we going to see Marlo's nephews for the 15th time? Ain't nothing really going on? Are we going to see Sheree walking around her house eating fucking chips with nothing going on, talking about Martell, girl? I don't even believe her and Martell really hunching, but whatever.
Well, the way she was talking about that dick last week.
She was talking about that dick last week on the show or in real life last week?
On the show.
Oh, okay.
On the show. He called on speakerphone and he was telling her they don't go that many days without having sex last week.
He did it again on the bus. Did you see it? When they were going? Like,
what he say?
He repeated his same lines from
last week to make sure everybody knew she be
Child, that-
dick down.
That dick should be tired. As somebody that is very familiar with the Love and Marriage Huntsville show, I will just say that I think it's a plot. I think it's a scheme, and it wasn't tied. I think it's a scheme. I think their relationship is fraudulent. I feel like they were very excited that first episode to have everybody, oh my God, it's Sheree and Martell. Girl, Martell is still screwing his baby mama. Now what else is going on? Like, he's still with Ariane, laid up with her. So what else is going on? And I don't like how the stuff that's going on Love and Marriage Huntsville is like totally obsolete when we come to Real Housewives of Atlanta.
Right.
Like, you a friend girl, Sheree. On Love and Marriage Huntsville, girl, you a friend girl, okay? Over here is, you know, he's my man. You know what I'm saying? He gets a bad rap. Girl, he does not get a bad rap. He's not a good dude. I'm sorry. Most dudes with good dick are a problem. Most of them are a problem, especially when they like to give their dick out to everybody.
Right. That community.
He is. He's
I'm
community dick.
I'm just saying. Anyway, but yeah, you brought up a good point because y'all know I had said I felt like from the jump that it was publicity because that's why
Yes.
Freddie O was out there in the random park taking pictures of them.
Child, I thought they was modeling for She by She Ain't. I thought that we was gonna get. I thought we was gonna get some
Nah,
spring
I ain't
summer
make that one up.
joggers. And he the same way. That's why like they have linked together so that they can make themselves seem like a power couple. He's in constant competition with the ex-wife. Okay.
power couple.
That's the illusion in their minds. Please know this. Because I think the only reason he hit up Kenya and Sheree was because he was trying to get with somebody on Real Housewives, because Real Housewives is a bigger show than Love and Marriage Huntsville. And he's trying to top his ex-wife. So what he gonna do? He gonna try to get with somebody over here. And I wonder who gave him that idea, because he's not that smart. Carlos.
I ain't said
Y'all can edit it out if y'all want to, but I said I was gonna be messy.
Speak on it is for you to speak your mind. And
Okay.
so speak on it.
Well, since we speaking on it, and I remember my question
Come on
now.
with your questions, girl. Come on with your
So
questions.
the little part that I did catch where he was talking about the past seasons of Real Housewives of Atlanta, because Shawty act like they ain't got nothing else going on in their life but the past seasons of Real Housewives of Atlanta.
Okay.
But they said, Nene said that she felt like storylines started to be created when Kenya came on the show.
That was that season. That was the same year that Portia came on.
Yes. So basically, like, do you think that it's true that after that transition, it became more acting? Because to me, it low-key seemed like Kenya paved the way for Drew to come on this show and act. Because I'm not saying that Kenya was acting the whole time, but now that we see Kenya now, it does feel like you used to put on to solidify your spot. And now that you solidified your spot and got your baby and some therapy, we're a little bit lighter. You know what I'm saying? We're a little bit more of a fun girl to be around.
Do you remember though, because before Portia got on there, because I was part of Portia when she got on there.
Mm-hmm.
And I felt that some people needed to go because I saw it as a viewer. People weren't telling their stories because you're producing yourself when you aren't telling yourself.
Kim.
So that's, if you're going to hide things, that means you're going to have to create or make something else happen over here. So it had been happening, Nene.
Because I'm trying to remember what was happening at that time. If you mean, well, to me, like me knowing Kenya personally, she's a very over the top person all the time. You know what I mean? Her natural, like, reactions to people is to, like, check certain people. Okay? And that's on and off camera. Yeah, like,
no, I believe you.
That's naturally
Child, Kenya
who
checked me
she
on
is.
Twitter a long time ago.
She did?
Oh yeah, I wasn't even talking to her. Somebody sent her what I said, and it was just a joke. I was making fun of semantics. She was, I think, talking about how Nene pronounced the word or something like that. It might even been Portia. Talking about how they pronounced the word, and I was like, well, you know, you could read a word and still not pronounce it the way it's meant to be pronounced. It doesn't mean that you don't read because you don't pronounce the word, you know, whatever. But either way, child, she tried to read me down on Twitter, and I was like, did I send for you or something? Because I don't think I added you. I didn't send for you. Girl, go back over. But I still love you, though, Kenya. Please, like, that hurt my feelings. I ain't gonna lie, because I was a big Kenya fan back in the day. Like how she brought up Twy. Girl, I know I've seen it many a time. So, like, please don't get me wrong. Kenya, girl, I really do love you, okay? But it did seem like in those earlier seasons that she was putting on in a way to cement herself.
Well,
and,
I think certain things were, like, way over the top. Like, remember the time when she had wore the see-through fitted dress with the butt pads on?
Yes.
Now, but it
To
was
make fun of,
funny as
Phaedra.
hell, though. Like,
Oh,
that was,
yes.
like, a great moment in television.
It
to
was.
me. So I just kind of felt like, yeah, some moments were like, wait a minute, this is just crazy. But it was good
for
as TV.
It was good for TV.
It was good as TV.
I mean, Kenya's great for TV.
Yeah,
and we
she's
know
great
that.
for TV. Now, at the end of the day, does she naturally have kind of a snappy attitude? She does.
Yeah.
That's who she is.
Okay.
You know what I mean? But I don't think when she first came on, it wasn't a lot of story because that was when she was dating Wade Walter. Or
Yes,
whatever.
I was just about to ask you. So, because you know they ran off the list of all the dudes she didn't brought off on the show. And that kind of reinforced the whole you were faking it for the cameras thing, where you bringing in all of these dudes. Are you really dating these dudes, or are you just bringing them on for a storyline?
Well, no, she actually dated him.
No, I know she dated Walter. But
Right,
there
because
was
my
some-
friend used to be like best friends with him. Okay,
Cut it
what was the other questions that you had on this?
Child, besides that question, it was really more so about the episode and everything in the whole show. So how do you feel about Courtney being a part of the clique at this point? Because I know y'all started out rough, but she seems to, speak up for herself, and sometimes she seems to not be like Sanya, you know what I'm saying, who kind of tends to be on one side.
Well, I said from the jump, like, first of all, I ain't really care for her from the jump.
Right.
But I don't have to care for you to recognize that you could be good for this show.
Right.
And the reason why I say that is because, like you said, she didn't mind speaking up for herself, even though I felt like she was dead ass wrong. She didn't mind speaking up for herself and standing on her point, right?
Right.
So a lot of people ain't doing that when they first, coming in this group or whatever. So with that being said, I was like, okay, we're going to see how you do. Like, I give her a little bit more time.
Okay. All right. So the other question I wanted to ask you, because this episode was, heavily about the girl on girl. And
You said heavily.
It was heavily girl on girl. I mean, Real Housewives of Atlanta tends to be a little, heavy girl on girl, which I do not mind.
It seem like it has been that way, but it comes up on other shows I've seen it.
I'm sure it does, but I don't really watch them like that. So
Ooh, okay.
there's that. Do you feel like a lot of the girls are like fronting and you're like the only one?
I've been
saying
besides
Drew. Besides Drew. Like, is there anybody else in the clique who you have questions about?
Yeah, Mo admitted that she definitely done dipped her toe in the lady pond. You mean on this current cast, or do you mean in all of the franchise?
Well, go ahead and tell me if in all the fan franchise. Because
No,
Lisa Wu definitely gives me vibes. But
I'm not dropping any names, but if you want to ask me, yes, I feel like there have been multiple people who have been on or off or current or past that have definitely took a ride on the wild side. Yes. Even if it wasn't but for once, you know what I'm saying? Probably more than not.
That's what I think.
And what I will say is that people be changing their answers.
Okay.
Meaning that over the years, I'm saying, like, you be here long enough, you hear somebody say something one time, and then the next time y'all talk about it, and they be like, oh, yeah, I never did that. And I'm like, did you forget that you had this conversation with me before?
What about Marlo? Because Marlo's a little obsessed with you.
She swears that she has never. Now, I don't know.
Not even in prison?
Oh.
In jail. She never went to prison. In jail. It's an overnight situation.
That is one that I can say that I haven't even heard I haven't heard any rumors about her.
Listen, when I was growing up, seeing all of y'all with the baggy clothes on, I felt like I was seen, child. Even though everybody wasn't admitting to nothing back then. But, child, I felt seen back then.
Okay, so how old were you when you first?
Oh, man, I've known I like girls since I was like 5 or 6.
Well, how did you know that you liked a girl?
Because I had a crush on a girl and a boy at the same time when I was like in preschool. And over time, like, you know, you girls, y'all experiment and hunch around or whatever. But by the time I
y'all was
got,
hunching.
well, you know, not hunching. You know, you hump when you younger, you know, you kid. But nah, like I went to an all-girls school.
Oh,
And that's when it really became clear to me what was happening. Because I did not know. I wasn't aware of why I felt the way I felt. But you go to the all-girls
You
school.
mind me asking?
I'm 35.
Back then, it wasn't as many girls admitting to having those thoughts at their age either.
Yes.
Whereas now it's way more common, or early 2000s, I would say it was a lot more common, you know, for people to be able to openly have that conversation or whatever. So, I mean, you know, it definitely wasn't middle school talk.
Yeah.
Now, did I have the thoughts? Because I used to like watching girl porn. You know, I used to sneak and watch, you know, the nasty channels.
They used to switch back in the day, okay?
Yeah,
At like 11 o'clock, it would just switch from a movie to
exactly.
porn.
Now, I liked watching it, but I didn't know that, you know,
Right.
that experience was ever going to happen. And I remember me and my homegirl, we used to talk about it. Let me see. We used to talk about it, but we always was saying like, yeah, nah, but I want to try it with somebody who actually has done it before.
Yes.
Because, like, I ain't really want to be having a whack experience.
Yes. Now, I'm married to a man now, just to be clear for everybody, you know.
Okay, so you married now. I was married now.
I was married now. I don't have my ring on, but I was married now.
How long you been married?
6 years.
Oh, y'all been married a good minute.
Yeah, we've been together for 13. He, like, knew me back then, too.
Uh-huh.
Like, actually, the first day we met, I was with my girlfriend at the time, and he actually liked her.
Oh.
Yeah, he thought she was fine.
So did he take you from your girl? Did y'all have a threesome or something?
Nah.
Okay.
It was like years in between. We were friends, and years went by, and then one day we just kind of started dating out of nowhere.
Oh.
Yeah.
So your girlfriend was cute.
My girlfriend was very cute and
what's she
tall
doing now?
and thick and
What's she doing now?
well, right now she acting like she not talking to me.
Oh, do y'all
but
still link up from time to time?
we don't link up like that, but we've remained friends for years. And I
Crossing the line at any point?
nah.
That face was giving something different though.
Cause it's always there. Like the attraction is always there.
And your husband says what about that?
Have a good time, babe.
Oh, he's okay with you experiencing it.
Yeah.
So that's why I was asking earlier. Is it a pass he gives? Like, do you get to go and do, or?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. When the moment arises.
Does he get a pass to go do something?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Y'all have like an open marriage.
Yes and no. Yes and no. Because, like, you know, child, everybody going to find out, I guess. Like, yes and no. But I just like to leave it open to whatever is going to happen. Because I'm like, forever is a long time. And we've been together such a long time. He's like my best friend. I just kind of feel like what we have, you can't really fuck with. So all of this other shit, like, have fun, whatever. But I'll be here.
Okay. Learning something.
You ain't going nowhere.
That's how I feel. And anybody that knows us knows like how we are. And ain't nobody competing with me. So
Hey,
you know what I'm
okay.
saying? Ain't nobody competing with me.
This
and
has
that's
become
what
a
it
whole
is.
different discussion.
I know. I'm
And I
sorry.
like it.
What else happened on the show? Look, what else happened on the show?
Let me see. Look what other questions I got.
I be hating on you though, Kandi. And I be getting real mad. Like,
So, what do you think that is? I be trying to figure out, like, when people is, like, just dead set on
disliking you?
being mad at me or disliking me, I feel like,
Jealousy.
well, what is it exactly?
You're-
Like, is it because I just been here too long and they just
I'll count off
tired
the
of
list
me?
to you. I'll count off the list to you. First of all, Nene didn't like you off rip because you came on her show more accomplished than her. So she was already, because I heard her, you know, you were accomplished already. Okay, as we walked in and we saw all the records, she's accomplished. So y'all are hating on her because reality star, but I'm a reality star that was an actual star first. So you hating on that. Then you hating on the fact that Kandi has, you know, her family, the business, it's all successful. You know, Marlo's jealous of the family dynamic, no matter what she says. She keeps bringing it up because she's jealous of the fact that you had more support in your life from your mom, from your aunts, all of that than she does. And then those are the ones that feel like my man, they jealous because you have Todd. Todd plays his position. He does his job. You do your job. Y'all respect each other. Like, people hate on shit like that. They also hate on the fact that you always turn a shade tree into a money tree. They hate that shit. They want you to fall off. They want you to have a moment where they can be like, see, look. They thrive off that shit. And then because you're well liked. Be well liked and successful and have family and, you know, be pretty and have a nice body and all of that. They're going to hate on you because they're looking for a reason why everybody likes you so much. It must be fake. It must be fake.
Yeah, I see people actually saying that.
Everybody
like,
can't
she
be.
can't be. Like, wait, what? That is the weirdest thing to me when people say that.
It really is, especially when, like, you know, I don't want to sound like a stalker because I'm not. I don't care that much, but I'm just saying I followed your career, like, as a writer and as a producer and all of that type of stuff. So, like, I've actually seen you throughout, like, the years since you went solo and then working on other people's projects. So the growth and, like, the constant consistency of the work ethic has been there in such a way that it makes sense for you to be where you are. Other people, they don't want to work for that shit. So when they see somebody attain that and they work for it, they mad because they know they're not going to get it because they ain't work for shit.
Well, thanks for trying to explain that. But
she knew that already. She fronting.
No. Seriously, I really do be sitting. Sometimes I don't even like try to focus too much on what people in the comments have to say anymore. Sometimes, well, the negative comments, don't get me wrong. Because I'll be like, sometimes I just be like, you just want to dislike me.
They want to argue. They want to argue. They're going to talk about me so bad. They're going to be like, oh my God, Bondy, we know you like kandi. Oh, they give it to me real bad.
They do?
Oh, because they always feel like I'm, you know, caping for you. That's how they feel.
That's what I was going, that's what I wanted to bring up because we said that we're having people on here and even when we did the YouTube interviews, the problem is you guys have been going hard on YouTube for years. Guided by Nature, everybody has been doing their thing online, and whoever they talked about negatively or liked or was favoritism, they've always done that. So now it's like, oh, Kandi's paying people.
No.
That's why I didn't want to.
Who said that?
That's what these people are getting. You know, like, oh well, if before we did the interviews, if they're just liking what Kandi's doing, they're thinking that you're on her payroll. And so that's where it's like, no, when we have people come, we're not trying to pay for people to come. Like, we don't, because it's kind of like, if she was just an influencer and YouTuber, it would make sense. But by her actually being a cast member, and those are the shows that you guys talk about, we didn't want to make it seem like we're bribing people.
Yeah, no, I'm not doing that.
Yeah, you weren't gonna be able to get that out of me anyway. I can't be fake for nobody, child.
I don't want nobody to be fake either. Like, I respect the people who blog, you know, talk about our shows, even if they don't like me. I still respect it because it's supporting the show. You know what I'm saying? So overall, like, I just let Jamie pick and choose who she want to come on here. But I really still like to show support to the people who, you know, show support to the show. I mean, we did that before when we did the different interviews.
Yes.
This year, we just wanted to, you know, do something different with it.
Yeah, you know? I'm appreciative of it. I really am glad that I was on the list. You know, and I think it's dope for you to actually, like, support people while being in the space. Because there are a lot of people that come into this space and you don't really support the people who've been doing it the whole time. You just, you know, you use them until you get into on the platform and now all of a sudden you throw them away. So we all were, like, really appreciative of you doing the press day that you did and fitting all of us in and, you know, making us feel like we press like everybody else. And
well, because y'all are.
We are, but we don't get the same acknowledgement or respect. And even if we are, like, I mean, I'm going to just keep it. Like, the women don't always feel the most supported in the space. Especially if in this reality TV sector, the women don't always feel supported. We feel like the gay boys support each other. They'll all link up. They'll, you know, but when it comes to somebody that's above us, pulling us up, we don't really see that often. So we really appreciated you being the person that was like, oh, we want to, you know, have y'all on. And, you know, everybody, I want everybody to eat. But I do notice how we don't always get the pull up like some other folks do in this specific sector of YouTube, you know?
Yeah. I didn't know that was an issue. but I'm
I
glad.
don't know. They battle. They hate. Like, because remember, even when the Instagram was popping and those housewives pages were battling and they were shutting each other down.
That was crazy to me. I'm like, why are y'all sitting up here trying to shut each other pages down?
It is definitely a battle. I mean, child, a reality show with the YouTubers or the social media content creators, and I mean like the real ones, not the ones that are, you know, paying Shade Room for posts, but like the real ones. That would be mad interesting because there's so much drama that goes on behind the scenes with the YouTubers. I stay out of mess though. You know what I mean? They want me to be in mess so bad, and I'm just like, I don't do mess. You know, I say how I feel, and I go back to my house.
Definitely say how you feel.
Can we circle back to Ty? With the Ty situation and Drew. So do we know what took place with Ty and Drew? Because I don't know how Ty gets a part of Drew in the movie situation. It seems like
yeah, we don't really know the full story. So basically, well, I mean, I guess they're gonna talk about it later on in the show, right? I don't know if I should say too much because obviously some of that stuff is going to be talked about towards the end of the season. So there is not a lot that everybody knows, right? Okay. But the reason why it was tied to me because they met on our set.
Oh, gotcha.
Because she came to our set.
And they met and they're in.
I don't know.
Yeah. We don't know if any of this is true.
I'm not confirming. I'm just saying, you know, when people try to tie it, because like, you know, the other day, you know, Andy was like, so you're, you know, her, the other person in the movie. I'm like, no, it wasn't the other person in the movie.
Right.
But we all, you know, everybody was cool. We hung out, and, you know, everybody was cool. What I told him was that he was referring to Erica we have two female leads. Drew is one, Erica's the other, and the sexual scenes that they were showing clips of is Erica's body, like that.
Face in the place.
Yeah, and there are multiple
face in the place scenes.
Yes. Okay. And kissing and all kind of stuff. It's gonna be it's very good. I've seen the movie. It's great. I want to be clear, as it relates to this episode. I want y'all to know. I promise you on everything. I would never try to coerce her into becoming and liking girls for a movie. Like, no. Now, if you got to the movie and you just so happen to show how much you like her, that's your business. That ain't got nothing to do with me. Nobody said you had to do anything other than, you know, act.
Which is what you do naturally, girl.
So, like, don't be trying to make it seem like I forced anybody to do anything.
Yeah, I think she was being messy in that moment. I don't think she meant that, you know, you forced anything on her, but I think it was like, oh, I'm trying to cover up my lies. So let me just come up with some bullshit reason for why Kandi would be lying about me kissing a woman. But it's like, girl, you kissed a woman on the movie. So why would you say, oh, I've never kissed a woman, and didn't she kiss a woman on the movie?
Clearly.
So
I mean, it's on camera. Like, I mean, it's nothing to discuss. But I didn't know if that clip was supposed to be prior to her saying if she was trying to say interview as if that was before filming the movie. Is she trying to act like yeah we know that, but I mean listen,
she could have not lied. What about the divorce though? Because I'm wondering if she's, you know, trying to keep this lie alive because, you know, Ralph is already trying to get you out the house, you know, so I'm wondering, you know.
Either way it wouldn't make sense because like I said that it's already been out there. It's already been on season 13.
Whatever Drew is thinking is what we're trying to surmise here because
and you know what?
We understand what's happening.
Let me tell you this. I have no clue as to why LaToya texts back, no, they ain't never kissed, when she clearly has said it multiple times on different platforms. So I was like confused by that as well. So weird because it's like, okay, so we just gonna pretend like we ain't already say this on camera and people done seen it before?
Yeah, I don't know what her motive is for like just lying so like recklessly. Like there's so much evidence against you, so many people saying it, and you're still like trying to.
Me and her sat in the after special and she still tried to sit there right next to me to say that is not true. I was like,
You're delusional.
Yeah,
You're
you
delusional,
did.
Drew.
like people don't be understanding. Like I really on some legit stuff. Like if somebody tells me something off camera or tells me something in private, like Drew has said other things to me that are like what that I have never said and will never say
Right.
publicly.
Right.
Right? And I don't be trying to put them on blast on things that they've told me. Because I feel like if I was to do that, then we can't never have a conversation for real. Because you're going to always
We
be
think-
feeling
yeah.
like, you know what I'm saying?
Yes.
So if things have been already put out there in the public by other people or it's already in the news.
Then you can comment on it.
Then comment on it.
Right.
But I'm not going to put it out there about them.
Okay.
You get what I'm saying?
Yes, I do.
Well, Bondy, what else you got coming up?
Oh, girl, I'm always on YouTube. I'm always on Instagram. I'm always Bondy Blue everywhere. Bondy Blue on TikTok, Bondy Blue on Facebook, on Instagram, on YouTube. Follow me. I have my own website, bondyblueshow.com. I give you weekly content, good girl. And just being my fabulous self.
You are fabulous, for real.
So are you.
All right, so make sure you're following Bondy Blue on all platforms. Make sure you're following my boy Torin. And continue to watch Speak on It.
Speak on it. Okay. Come on, Candy, get me in the studio.
Let me find out she over here singing for real. Well, speak on it.
Money Shaw got this, Money Shaw got that. Leave it to y'all. Money Shaw got a G4 jet. Money Shaw got a gray bin sitting on buttons. But when it comes to my life, y'all bitches don't know nothing.
Tryna see if my money long. Might stay out my business and get your hustle on. Money Shaw got this, Money Shaw got that. Leave it to y'all. Money Shaw got a G4 jet.